Why bother with video?
Good question.
Some numbers. Well, these are numbers that I've taken from Tinternet, but I'm going to show you some of our numbers as well. So, you know, we can all read screens, can't we? 80% of landing pages, or your conversion rate, which is people that join to people that do what you want them to do, whether it's sign up for a free trial or buy something, go up by 80% if you put video on there. They probably should have put, if you put a good video on there, and we'll talk about what makes a good video
asterisk.
Yeah. 91% of consumers want to see more online video content from brands. There we go. So make more videos. And 66% of consumers find short form videos to be the most engaging type.
Okay, so wait, can you define short form? Because for some people, short form might be 5 minutes, other people might be 15 seconds. So how would you define that?
Yeah, I think the platforms each have their own definition. But if you look at look at YouTube, for instance, then a short form video on YouTube is less than 60 seconds. There are some other technical stipulations. It's got to be either, what do you call that, portrait or square. It can't be that one, landscape.
Got it.
But again, it says less than 60 seconds. I would say if we're going to do this, we should make it a lot less than 60 seconds. In my personal experience, 40 seconds is probably the sweet spot. And again, got to structure the videos correctly, which we'll talk about later on. Yeah, so I would generally think of a short video as less than a minute, and longer videos longer than a minute.
Okay, makes sense. Maybe you can show us this in action, or you want to share a bit more?
I'll show you this in action, but I also, before I do that, may I just say thank you to Surfer, because on this next page, I want to show you the stuff from the internet, you know, all of those figures. Maybe they were even put up there by people selling stuff. I don't know. But this is actual data from our dashboard, of the company dashboard, Pictory's dashboard. This line here, this is before we started using Surfer and making videos from our Surfer articles. And we can see that in terms of our search engine visibility, these are the number of keywords that we got in position 1 to 3 on Google in the US. Not many. As soon as we started doing this, then you can see how much we got better in terms of ranking, and our domain authority also tracking up. So this is the result of doing what I'm going to show you using Pictory and using Surfer. And this is actually what we do within our own company. So everything that I'm sort of teaching today is what we're doing to grow Pictory. And you've seen those growth numbers.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. I asked the boss today, so I was a bit nervous about, are you sure it's okay if I do this, Vikram? But he gave me the thumbs up. So such a nice guy. All right. So in order to show you this in action, what I did is I took a blog post. It's written by a lady called Danni.
I've never heard of her.
Have you heard of this lady? I'm assuming, Danni, that you use Surfer to write some of this, or you could have done if you hadn't. Are you going to admit it?
I will say nothing.
This is a blog article, which I'm assuming is written by Surfer, and if it wasn't, it certainly could be. And we're going to make this into a video. I'm going to show you the process. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm just going to show you in literally a few clicks how we make this into a video. Okay, the first thing that I would do is copy the URL at the top, and then I go to Pictory, and I put it into this article to video feature, and then I hit proceed. And then all of the magic AI elves go off and they read. Yeah, they're doing all that stuff. They read the text, and somehow, goodness knows how, way above my pay grade, they try and understand it. And then they'll come out with some suggestions as to what they think are important in the blog. And then we're going to make a video out of the important points. Of course, because they're AI, they get it mostly right. But, you know, we're cleverer than them. So we're the experts. Yes, we're the obviously. Experts. So we look at the things that they've highlighted, and then we can go in and we can change it. So again, in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through this. I'm just going to say that maybe towards the bottom, I want to add a couple more lines into the conclusion, say, yeah.
And it's as simple as just clicking what you want to be included, yes?
Yeah, click it or unclick it if you don't want it to be included. And then we do next. and then we get some templates, and the guys are making new ones all the time.
Wait, Pete, one quick question. Pamela wants to know, would any URL from any blog work for this? Okay. Yep.
I'm not very artistic, so I quite like the lemon one. So we just have the lemon, and then we can decide. Let's do 16:9, which is YouTube, and then I have no idea what's happening behind the scenes.
Again, more little magic.
It's elves, isn't it?
Razzle dazzle.
They're all rushing around, and what they're doing is they're picking video clips from our huge library. I think it's about 10 million of them.
Oh wow!
Sort of compiling a video and making it behind the scenes, and then we can preview it, and we can edit it, and then we can download it. And then what we do is we upload it to YouTube, and then we post the video onto our blog. We embed the video from YouTube into our blog. Again, in the interest of time, I don't want to sort of labor this, but we can go through. You can see that it's picked video scenes. What we can also do, and this is really cool, I'll do that while we're waiting. We can put music on it, so there's thousands of music tracks. But
I'm sure that helps with engagement too. No,
it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it'll pick a track automatically, but you feel free to change it. And we've just got these new voices from 11 Labs, which is a really cool company that does ever so realistic voices. So I'll just pick the first one. And what's happening now? Abby, behind the scenes, is narrating this script for us.
Wow.
And she's going to take a while to do that. And then we can just go in and customize the visuals. So for instance, on the story, maybe we want to make that first visual which picture is taken from the blog article. And then maybe we want to go through and, I don't know, let's say, I thought this was funny. We're going to schedule a kickoff call and it's come up with football. And then the purpose of the kickoff, and this is rugby. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we just want to put something in which is for a meeting. So if I put meeting in here, meeting, then it's going to go through and it's going to look for different visuals.
Got it.
Different meetings. I don't know. Let's have that one. As you can see, absolutely no expertise in this whatsoever, but you can see that I've now changed the video. And if I hit preview, I don't know how well you'll hear this, but shall we see if you can hear it over my mic?
Let's try it.
I'll turn my volume up a little bit.
So I had one question while that's loading. Someone wanted to know the other options. So you mentioned 16:9 is for YouTube. There were two other options there. Can you talk about what those are for?
Yeah, there's a square one and a portrait one. The square one is for, I think it's for Instagram mainly, and the portrait one, again, you can use it on YouTube for YouTube Shorts, and you can use it across the other.
Also, if it's for YouTube Shorts, I imagine Instagram Stories would also be, or Reels would also be. Maybe TikTok even.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've got grey hairs. A lot of this stuff is over my head in terms of the social media stuff, but yeah, we use that. Incidentally, YouTube will allow you to use square videos as shorts. They don't talk about that very often, but quite a lot of our customers get quite good results with square videos for shorts. And the reason for that is that even though they're short and they're designed to be shown on the phone, lots of people watch shorts videos on their desktop, and they look better when they're in the square format. So little tip there. Right, 98%. Voiceover applied. That will be Abby.
9-step checklist for onboarding SEO clients. When you sign a new SEO client, the work starts from day one. And a structured onboarding process for your new SEO clients does that. Your onboarding process also helps reassure the client that they are working with the right SEO agency, since it'll explain your processes and set accurate goals and expectations. 1, send a welcome email. 2, schedule a kickoff call. The purpose of the kickoff is to spend time with your new client. Establish the communication methods for the various types of interactions. Regular check-ins, progress updates,
anyway, you get the idea.
Reporting and feedback sessions.
Indeed.
3,
I'll see if I can stop her now.
This helps you.
Bye, Abby. Yeah,
bye,
so
Abby.
that's it.
You were great. So I'm getting some questions here. Can you add your own music?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Who was that asked that question? Marsha. And someone just wanted to know, we're able to add or replace with our own photos or videos.
Yep, you can upload them and you can use those as well.
So yes,
and
to that
your own
question
voice,
as well.
incidentally, your own voice.
And your own voice. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay.
I'll tell you what else is cool though, and the thing I love about this, and unless you've been a traditional editor, you won't realize perhaps how much of a big deal this is. When you upload your own voice, it'll automatically sync the video and the subtitles to your own voice. Now, that is hours and hours of work on Premiere Pro, believe me. I've spent weekends trying to get that working, but Pictory just does it.
Okay, that's
cool.
amazing. So let me just recap this, because if I weren't here living this, I would think that you sped this up, because the whole process was very, very, very quick to make this video. So we took the URL from a blog article, in this case, Surfer. Hi, guys. And then we input the URL. And then what Pictory does is they kind of pull a suggested content that they think is most important, but it's customizable. So you can click, unclick, select, deselect, etc. And then it will take that, and you can then start playing around. So you can add your own videos, you can add your own audio, you can add your own voice, but it does get you on the right track, and it's much, much, much faster than doing all of this manually.
Yeah, and it also pulls in things like the images and stuff off of your blog.
Oh yes, I remember that part too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it gives you a really good start, and then you just go in and tweak it, and you can get Abby or one of the other, there's loads of, I think there's 51 voices from 11 labs, male, female, kids, all sorts of stuff. You just choose whichever voice you want.
Nice.
Off you go.
Wonderful. Oh, Todd asked a good question. So Surfer and Pictory are standalone products. Yes, Pictory can be used with any URL. It doesn't have to be with Surfer. I just think it's a really cool tool. So that's why we're hanging out together today. But I wanted to show you how you can use your Surfer articles and then turn them into video content. And then we'll transition into the next part of like, okay, you have a video. It looks really cool. The audio is all synced. Everything's lined up. You've got the captions. What do you do with this video?
Okay, so we're going to talk about YouTube specifically. Yeah. And by the way, I'm not just saying this, but our whole content marketing team uses Surfer. Our whole process is built around Surfer. What I've just shown you is what we do to grow Pictory from, I don't know, what did I say, $17,000 a month or something to well over $500,000 a month. So you know, this is what we do. So I would suggest it's a good idea to have a go yourself. Anyway,
it's working. It's working for you guys, which we love.
Surfer. You can do that, but we love it. We absolutely love it. Okay, so let's talk YouTube and video, right? I'm going to use Pictory later on, one of Pictory's other features, which is script to video, to make another video, or at least show you a video that I made earlier, because don't want to take it too much time. But the key thing to remember about video is that what I'm saying here for YouTube is it'll work. Well, it's important for anything, whether or not you're putting a video on TV or on any of the social platforms, because it's fundamental to getting people to watch your videos. But first, well, what a surprise! That's what we're going to talk about. Just to sort of show some creds. I've been in the YouTube space for, I don't know, more years than I care to remember. Back in 2011, I helped my friends set up this nursery rhyme channel, which is called Little Baby Bum. Anybody that's listening who have kids will know Little Baby Bum.
Have you guys heard of Little Baby Bum? Let us know in the comments if you have.
It's well, it's huge. I mean, they have 40 million subscribers and nearly 40 billion views. So there's no escaping the wheels on the bus, I'm afraid, from Little Baby Bum. I have a nursery rhyme channel as well. It's nowhere near as big as Little Baby Bum. I was late to the party, but you know, one of the videos on there has got well over 100,000 views. So it's the things that I'm going to teach you are exactly the same techniques that I've used to build these channels. I've got another one, Go Slow TV. This is what I have, so many of these damn channels. Go Slow TV features the most boring videos on YouTube, and I made them specifically to be as dull as possible, to demonstrate that if you know what you're doing, you can optimize even the worst videos that people make and get views. That's got 4 million views. Crazy. All it is bus journeys and things like that. And then the bottom one here, 60-second love advice, which is something I'm going to use a couple of examples for. This is just one that I set up as a teaching vehicle, and we're going to sort of return to that. I also have lots of other channels, but I don't talk about them. And the reason I don't talk about them is because the moment you start talking about them, people copy them, and you don't want the competition. So first rule of building a YouTube channel is shh, don't tell people. So let's talk now about what is a good video, because what you think is a good video and what I think is a good video is probably completely at odds to what YouTube thinks is a good video.
Okay,
And
let's get into it.
It boils down to this, sadly, maybe. It boils down to this. What YouTube thinks is a good video is one that has a high click-through rate, CTR, and what that means is a high percentage of the people that are presented with the thumbnail and the title go click and start watching the video. Because unless they start watching the video, it's all been a bit of a waste of time, really, hasn't it? It's a bit like subject line on an email. Unless anybody is intrigued, or less people are intrigued by the subject line and open the email, wouldn't matter if you're giving away $1 million in the email, no one would see it. So click-through rate, that's the first thing. And the next is retention. Retention is how long they watch that video. Because if you think about it from YouTube's perspective, the way they make their money is by having people watching videos for a long time so that it can serve you those irritating adverts, because that's how YouTube makes its cash. Off topic, we're not going to go down this because this is included in one of the bonuses that we're going to give away at the end. If you want to make money on YouTube, and we've all got enough money, we know that, but if you ever wanted to make any more money, making money on YouTube is really good because they give you 55% of the ad revenues that come in off of AdSense. So more than half the money that YouTube makes, you could potentially make as well. Anyway, so
wait, that's a good fun fact. That's a really good information to have.
And for some mechanisms, it's actually nearer to 70%. So you know, it's pretty cool. But we need a high click-through rate, and then we need high retention. You can get all of this from your analytics, but this is good retention. This is people start watching the video and pretty much stay till the end. In fact, this is over 100% retention, which means they've either watched it and then watched part of it again, or more likely they've watched it and sort of gone back a little bit and rewound. So this is amazing.
So you're saying, Pete, that it all kind of starts with getting people's attention with the thumbnail and the title as well. So that's also really, really, really important to get people to click. No?
It's particularly, yeah. I mean, the title, as we'll see later on, is really important for getting found in the first place, for the SEO, the optimization. But yeah, they've got to see the thumbnail, they've got to see the title, and then they've got to click. But you've then got to deliver on your promise. So clickbait, as it's called, is when you put something up there that sounds really intriguing, and then when people watch the video, it doesn't deliver upon the promise, and then people stop watching. And probably this one did that, because you can see that people have started to watch the video and then pretty much
completely fallen off.
Yeah. So they probably put something in the title and the thumbnail, which then they disappointed their audience with. And disappointing your audience is never a great way to build a following, is it? So
no, it's not how you build trust at all.
No, but I'll show you later on how we can avoid some of this and why you must avoid some of this, because it doesn't matter what you do in terms of clever stuff into optimization, unless you do this, then people are not going to watch your videos. And one key thing here, it's going to sound a bit like I'm preaching, but this is something which I've been talking about for years and years and years. And I think this is the key to success in business, maybe the key to success in life, but certainly the key to success on YouTube. And that's to flip the supply and demand mantra around. I don't know, when you're at business school, they always teach you about supply and demand. Now, I don't know why, because it's not even alphabetical, is it? Because demand comes before supply. But if you put supply before demand, then you're on hiding to nowhere, because you don't know whether there's a market, because demand is the market, isn't there? There's a film, was it Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams, Build It and They Will Come? And I think he
sounds familiar.
Yeah, maybe someone in the comments knows, but it was this dumb film about this person that built a football stadium in the middle of nowhere. And because it was Hollywood, suddenly lots of people started coming. And if that had been real life, it'd have gone bust, wouldn't it? Couldn't pay the business loan or the mortgage.
Yeah.
It's much easier to find something which is in demand and then supply it. So we need to make sure that what we're producing, whether it's videos or whether it's products, whether it's whatever services, it's something that's in demand. Even a really bad salesperson could sell cold water in a desert, even out of a dirty cup, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Because people want it. Find out what they want, give it to them, rinse, repeat. That's it. But before we produce too much content, we need to know how to get that content found on YouTube, because we can't get good click-through rates up here if we're not being found in the first place.
Yeah.
So the first thing we have to do is start to appeal to YouTube's algorithms. Now, I've put algorithms plural because most people think there is just one YouTube algorithm, and there isn't. There's lots of algorithms, and they all have different jobs. But the ultimate objective of all of those algorithms is to put the videos that people want to watch in front of the people that want to watch them.
Okay.
Think about this. It means that the think about YouTube's business case again. YouTube only makes money when people watch videos. So clearly what they're going to want to do is use all of their magic elves and their AI to put the videos that you're most likely to want to watch in front of you. And then it's your job to make sure that you get that click-through rate with the intriguing title and the pretty thumbnail. But the first thing we have to do is optimize so that the search algorithm, maybe it's this doggy here, maybe he's the search one, right? So he'll find you, because until you start getting views, all of these other algorithms here can't do their job. But the most important one is this little guy hiding right at the very back. He's the suggested algorithm. Once you make friends with the suggested algorithm, then you're going to blow up. But in order to make friends with the suggested one, you've got to train all of these ones first. And we start with the search. So I'm going to show you in a few slides' time how to do that.
Okay, let's get into it.
Another one just before we start on that. And any idea what this is? I was talking to one of your colleagues earlier on today, and she had a guess. She got it wrong.
It's a unicorn.
It's a one-trick pony, or it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
You're right, actually. It is a unicorn, isn't it? I need to file the horn off. Why do I say one-trick pony? Well, it's much easier, at least when you're starting out with a blog or with a business or with a YouTube channel, to get really well known for one thing. So you might be the go-to person for cooking, I don't know, chocolate cakes. And you might have 100 different ways of cooking chocolate cakes. But you become the go-to person. If I want chocolate cakes, I know where to go. And because you're very tightly niched, the search engine part of it means that you can optimize all of your videos for not just cakes, but chocolate cakes. So you might miss out on traffic for lemon tarts. Who cares? I'm the chocolate cakes guy. But really, really own a particular niche. And there's a place on YouTube's channels, which I'll show you in a couple of slides' time, where we need to express that. What are we about? Because if we don't know what we're about, then how can we train the algorithms, and how can the algorithms find us? We've got to be absolutely crystal clear. And a narrow niche in a near infinite market is much better than trying to go for a broad niche and ending up just confusing everybody, including yourself.
Okay.
A little aside, sometimes people feel that if they go for a niche, then they're excluding people and they'll miss out. That's not the case. The focus is worth being narrow rather than broad. As a creative person, though, you can get a bit bored just talking about chocolate cakes. And that's something that is a bit of an issue sometimes. What we need to be successful isn't always what we find interesting, but at least to start with, self-discipline. A bit like going to the gym. You know, if you go to the gym regularly, you'll get results. Just got to keep at it. So where do we put this on the YouTube channel? I'm not talking about videos at the moment. We're talking about the overall channel, which you can think of as the container. Well, it's really simple. Most people don't do this. Every YouTube channel has an area for the about section. Now, if you go and check on many people's channels, they either haven't filled it in or they've filled it in badly, and they're missing out for two reasons. One is they haven't put thought into what content and what value they're going to deliver. They haven't expressed it in keyword terms on their channel, and the search algorithm therefore has no idea what their channel is about. How can it? Because we haven't told it. So this channel here is called 60-second love advice. Just made it up. What do you think as a value proposition I'd get if I watched a video from this channel? What do you think I'd get?
I'm assuming love advice.
And how long is it going to take me to get it?
Ooh, 59. Just kidding. 60 seconds.
But you see what I'm saying here? It's really clear, isn't it? It's not 10-minute love advice, and it's not chocolate cakes. It's 60-second love advice. Now, if I don't want 60-second love advice, I want chocolate cakes, I'll go somewhere else. No great loss.
Yeah.
But I've owned that market, or at least I would if I bothered to keep making more videos. I don't bother anymore. So what we do in the about section is we tell the world, and we tell the search engines within YouTube what value proposition they can get by watching our videos. So I'll read it out because it's probably quite small. Love dating and relationship advice in 60 seconds or less without the fluff. We release new videos daily covering relationship advice for men and women in opposite and same-sex relationships. I won't read the rest of it out there, but there's lots of keywords embedded within that. Dating, love advice, all that sort of stuff, which if people were searching for, then they're likely to find us, because we're already starting to train the algorithm as to what we're talking about here. Take it one step further. From the about section comes inspiration for the channel art. It's pretty much, the channel art here is pretty much a summary of the value proposition which is in the about section. Even the channel name and the channel logo are driven by what's in the about section. The reason why it's important to have your channel name, ideally at least, representing what the value proposition is if I was to go onto someone else's YouTube video and comment, people would see that the comment has come from 60-second love advice, and the little logo, which probably took me 2 seconds or something to make in Canva, again, sort of, it's congruent with the channel name, congruent with the message. So if I was to find other relationship advisors and go and comment on their videos and say, oh, jolly good video, I really enjoyed that, and people see in the comments that that's been made by a channel called 60-second love advice, they may well go and check out my channel. If it was from, I know, 30-minute chocolate cakes, maybe they wouldn't bother. But if we have a very close channel affiliation with the content, then people can see that it might be worth checking our channel out if we're commenting on other people's videos.
Okay,
I'll pause
so
from any questions.
Let me put that all into like one little neat little thing. So we're saying we need to pay attention and give thought to the about section.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make sure that it also aligns with the name of our channel, and ideally our logo and our background image. And that if you're commenting, which you probably should be interacting with other people if you're going to be trying to create more engagement,
yeah,
make sure that there's no confusion about what you do, what you offer, and what people will find when they come to you. Because circling back to that other slide, click-through rate and retention is important, and you don't want to offer something and then not deliver.
You did that really well. You're doing a much better job than I am. Thank you. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. So we know what we're talking about, and then we can start making videos about it. A little sort of quick techie tip here: if you go into your settings within your channel, then you get a place to put keywords which represent what your channel is about. So you should go in and put those in there, because again, this is just telling their magic elves what you do, so they can go and read that. Okay, so that's all about the channel. It's not about the videos. We're going to come on to the videos in a bit, but believe me, this bit is very important. And so just go and have a look around at YouTube. So many people don't bother with the about section. They don't know what we're about. So how on earth are the search engines going to know what they're about? And again, money making tip, we're not talking about money particularly, but let's say that your channel blows up and you have a huge audience. Then in your about section, put, I have an audience of X million, I know 60-40, 60% female, 40% male, etc. Put some demographics in there, because then people that are looking to sponsor YouTube channels will go, oh, blimey.
Wait, in which section should we put this?
In the about section.
In the about section, okay.
Just put at the bottom, demographics. I don't bother with this channel because it's just a teaching channel, but you would put in there what potential advertisers and sponsored would want to see. And then, you'll get people ringing up, offering you money to put sponsored videos up.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. Now let's talk about the structure of your script or your video. It doesn't matter whether you're doing business videos or whether you're doing stuff about chocolate cakes or love advice or whatever else. This is the old way of doing it, and this is what people are still doing quite often. And this is why we see the retention curves, which, where was it? The one that's falling off a log here, which are like this, right? Because what they do is they say, right, I'm going to go off to Fiverr and I'm going to pay someone, it's not Fiverr anymore, is it? Or $5, I don't know, $20 to make me a really cool intro and a logo. And it's going to be, I have seen as much as 15 seconds long, you know, fire, motorbikes, you know, I don't know, men on horses, whatever you want. You know, it's a very dramatic logo stinger. 15 seconds. I spent a few dollars on it. I'm going to use that on every single video that I make. And often when I used to do YouTube consultancy, I would go into the analytics and I'd look through their videos. I'd look at that retention curve. And in some cases, nobody had ever seen any of their content because they'd tuned out before that logo had finished playing. Nobody cares about your logo apart from you. Forget it. Just get rid of it.
Even if it goes pew, 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 pew.
Even particularly if it does that. Because you could get away with it a few years ago, but not anymore.
Got it. Take note, guys. Take note.
Because you want them to watch lots of your videos, right? Now, if you've got, how did you do it? Ping, 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 ping. If every video that they watch from you, they've got to suffer 5, 10, 15 seconds of that, pretty soon they're going to go and find someone else that isn't subjecting them to that. Yeah. Of course, the next thing is they spend a lot of time talking about them. You know, I'm this, I'm that, I've done this, I've done that. Really? And again, they do it at the beginning of every single video. No. And then we get onto what I call digital begging. Please like, please subscribe, please Patreon me or whatever else it is. It's like, you've delivered no value yet. All you've done is wasted my time. Why would I want more of this? People know how to use YouTube. I don't even bother asking for subscribers anymore. People know how to use YouTube. And you know what? Subscribers don't matter. Forget about subscribers. You produce great content, you will get subscribers. You can't help it. There's no, don't let people subscribe to my channel. They will subscribe. Forget it. This is then the bit that people come to the video for, the valuable content. And then what people do is they say, well, thank you very much for watching. That was great. Great to be with you. Please, maybe a bit more begging. They signal that the video is over and to tune in next time. When you finish delivering value, shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, because then they can watch another video without tuning out before they get to the end of your video. And then the end screens and stuff at the end where, you know, I don't know. You've seen this. I'm exaggerating to a point, but this used to be the way that things were done. And it's the way that things often are still done. And that's why people's videos bomb, because YouTube sees people clicking on the videos and then tuning away, and it stops showing your videos to other people because it's not going to make any money if people tune out halfway through the logo stinger.
Fair.
So what do we do instead? Well, luckily, it's actually quite easy. All we've got to do really is replace that structure with this structure, and I call it a value bomb structure. There's a saying, and one of my business mentors told me this, was that you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. This is, I can make him drink. I just put salt in his oats. So
that'll do it.
So you make them thirsty. You make them thirsty to continue watching the video. So we're going to use this concept of, first of all, hooking them in. So we've got to start with a hook, and then we're going to deliver our valuable content, but we're going to keep sprinkling salt on it so that they continue to be thirsty for the next bit. And then right at the very end, we'll just shut up when we've finished speaking, we've finished delivering value, and we'll use YouTube's end screen mechanism to recommend the next video. I won't be talking too much about this, but it's a feature that's built into YouTube. And that way, if we do this properly, and I'm going to also show you how you can use a Surfer article as the basis for writing one of these scripts, we'll get really high retention rate, which means that YouTube's suggested algorithm, you know, the little doggy on the end we needed to make friends with, he'll go, blimey, when we put this video in front of people, they watch it right to the end. Sometimes they even rewind and go back. Let's show this to lots more people, and let's blow this channel up because people are watching it. So here's an example that I did. This is a Surfer article that we wrote. It was how to repurpose a long form video into short videos. And so what I thought, well, let's have a look at the title, the H1s or whatever it's called, and then let's use that as some ideas for good titles for a video. Now, the thing about a title for videos, particularly when you're starting out, it needs to serve two purposes. One, it needs to contain the keywords that you're targeting. And you know much more about keywords than I do. Surfer helps you with all of that stuff, doesn't it? Get the keywords in the title and get them up front towards the beginning of the title if you can, because surprisingly, perhaps YouTube's little AI elves are not that smart. They still read from left to right in the same way that we do. They're not that evolved yet. Get the keywords in so the search elves can find it, and then get some intrigue in there so that you and I think, oh, I'll click on that. So these were just ones that I brainstormed, didn't put too much thought into it really. Repurpose long videos into shorts, 6 simple steps. Sometimes put in brackets at the end can add to intrigue. How to repurpose long videos into shorts using AI. 6 steps to boost your business with short videos. Repurpose your long content. It's not really very difficult. What we're trying to do is get something in there that appeals to both the searches and the people.
So let me ask you a question here. So
sure.
So then people in the comments were asking, you know, how do I know what people are interested in? And how do I know what the demand is so I could give them the supply? So can you kind of speak on that a little bit? I mean, I have an idea, but I want to give you a chance to speak first.
Yeah, well, first of all, great questions. It's really good that we've got an audience that's thinking about this. So this is really cool. So there's 2 ways of doing it. I might be able to show you. I'm not sure whether it's going to work with all our tech at the moment. Here's the simple way to do it. Think of a niche, Danny.
Oof. Oh my gosh. Can we go back to baking? Vegan baking, because I am currently craving a cake, just a whole cake for myself.
Vegan baking. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was such a thing. Vegan baking.
Did you think I just made this up right now, Pete?
Vegan baking. Actually, I did have a girlfriend once that made vegan ginger biscuits, and they were lovely. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so vegan baking. I typed this into Google, and what Google is coming up with is lots of things that other people are searching for about vegan baking. I happen to be on google.co.uk, but you could be on any of the Googles. So some ideas would be vegan baking recipes. Well, probably could have seen that one coming. Vegan baking class in London. Vegan baking butter. I think you're not allowed to use butter, are you, with vegan stuff?
Margarine.
Okay, so vegan baking cakes. Let's try that. Vegan baking cake, vegan dessert cake, vegan cake bakeries, vegan tray bake cake. There's lots of vegan-y bakey cake stuff. By the way, here's a tip. I saw this the other day. It was brilliant. There was a restaurant and they'd called themselves Restaurant Near Me, so that people are searching for restaurant near me. So that's clearly they were switched on with search. But by just typing suggestions into Google, and if we just have a look here, right down at the bottom, it gives you other searches as well. Then we're going to get some idea of what people are searching for in terms of is there demand. But what it's not going to do is give you numbers against that in terms of is there more demand for that one,
unless you have keyword extension, Surfer's keyword extension installed.
You can have I was going to say the keyword extension will help you with that. I'm not that familiar with the tool, but does it also give you the number of competing sites that are going for that as well?
Ooh, let me not say something incorrect. I'll get back to that. Can someone answer that in the comments for me, please?
It's propeller head stuff for late at night, isn't it? But there are tools that will help you to put numbers on this. The 2 big market leaders, am I allowed to talk about that? They're not competitors to us, but TubeBuddy and vidIQ. Those are the 2 that will give you numbers around that. And then you basically look for gaps in the market, which is lots of people searching, not too many competing videos. Although I disagree with some of the things that both TubeBuddy and vidIQ say, because they say look for the ones where there's not too much competition. This sounds really arrogant, and I don't mean it to be, but Don't worry about competition. You don't need to worry about competition when you're used to winning, because most people don't know how to win even if there is no competition. So go after the ones where there's lots of search terms, and if you stick at it, then eventually you can win in pretty much any market. It's about being consistent, and it's about being prolific. So look for the demand. Don't worry too much about the supply, but don't go for something where there's hardly any demand and no competition, because the market isn't big enough to bother with.
So you can use the actual SERP like you just did. You can also use Surfer to do something similar as well, to check out difficulty for keywords and things like that, in case you're looking for an idea. I guess people were maybe unsure as to whether that translated across platforms. You know what I'm saying? So like if you go to keyword, if you use our keyword research tool, or you go to the SERP itself and you look up these target keywords to see what's popular, what people are talking about, can that still make for good YouTube content or good video content? Yeah. I guess that's what people worry about. And I don't want to rush you, but I do want to be mindful of people's time.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we'll rush ahead. Okay, right. So we take the Surfer article, we use the title to come up with some titles for our videos. These are perhaps chapters or section titles for the H2, and then in the copy we use that for the actual parts of the script. And your challenge, or your mission, should you choose to accept it in Mission Impossible, is to write a script out of that, which includes titles, hook, we put some salt in, we put some content, we put some salt in, we put some content in. So let's just read this. 6 steps to boost your business with short videos. Repurpose your long video content or long content. Here's the hook, and this is, you should spend a lot of time on the hook, because the hook is going to keep people in. Stop making long videos, nobody's watching them. 85% of marketers say short form videos outperform longer videos, and that's not surprising given that 73% of consumers prefer watching them. So salt now. So stick around, because in the next 90 seconds I'm going to share 6 steps for using short videos to help grow your business. Don't miss the last one. It's super powerful. Even the top marketers overlook it and leave money on the table. People are not going to tune out once they read that. Then we deliver the first bit of content. First, upload your video to Pictory. La la la. Now follow the 6 simple steps.
Oh, wait, can I dive in? Because as a writer, this is fascinating to me, and I love this type of stuff. So stop making long videos. Nobody's watching them. First of all, if you're like, nobody's watching them, and you might happen to be someone who does watch them, you're like, hey, that's not true. Let me see what they have to say. All right. Outrage. And also starting off with like that command of like, hey, don't do this. And you're like, but why? And then you have nobody's watching them. You're like, hey, I'm not nobody. And then you go in with like some stats, right? You got some percentages, and you're like, automatically people are thinking, well, if they have numbers, they might be onto something. And then the whole stick around, or the don't miss the last one, automatically means that curiosity that it ignites in us. So like, well, I have to see the last one now, and they told me not to miss it. So yes, very good. Very good with the salt. I see it. I see the sprinkling happening.
But the key thing is you've got to keep sprinkling it all the way through.
Indeed.
Now, I did make a video using Pictory's script to video function to show you what this would look like in a video. It's about a minute long. Do we have time to play it? I can play it or not play it. Up to you.
Can we do 30 seconds?
Okay. Split the difference. Okay. Assuming it's going to play, I'll do it because we're on that webinar thing. Let's see. Oh, play. If not, I've got it on the actual file. No, it's because we're on.
Okay. So you're saying that you used script to video?
Stop making long videos. Nobody's watching them. 85% of marketers say short form videos outperform longer videos. And that's not surprising given 73% of consumers prefer watching them. So stick around, because in the next 90 seconds, I'm going to share 6 steps for using short videos to help grow your business. Don't miss the last one. It's super powerful. Even the top marketers overlook it and leave money on the table. First, upload a long video into Pictory and use its AI to automatically create a bunch of short videos containing golden nuggets of information you want to share. You can use any video you like, for instance, a Zoom, Teams, or webinar recording you have saved to your hard drive. Now follow these 6 simple steps. Step 1, upload your short videos to YouTube. Don't forget to optimize them. Step 2, write a blog article using Surfer and publish it on your website. Stay tuned, as the next 4 tips are really going to turbocharge your video marketing and give you a competitive edge. Step 3, embed 1 or more videos in your blog post to help increase your SEO rankings and engage your readers for longer. Hardly anyone does this, and yet it's so simple. Step 4,
Share the link to your blog post across your social media channels to invite new readers. You'd be surprised how many people forget this crucial step. Step 5, use Google and Facebook ads to drive new users to your blog post.
So
there's no need to spend more than a few dollars a day.
You get the idea.
For sure. So you have shown 2 different ways to use Pictory, but also incorporating Surfer as well, or any type of like URL or written content. So the first way you showed was literally taking the URL.
Yeah.
And then inputting that, and then it takes it and it makes the video, and it shows up for you, and you can kind of select or deselect.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do is if you want to look at your article yourself, and you kind of gave a little bit of a formula of like maybe using some of the headings, brainstorming some titles, et cetera, using the actual paragraph. And then you put that into like a title, hook, salt, content value. You had like a whole situation. And you took the actual written word and then you put that into Pictory from like script to video.
Yeah, so that's the text. I would just put it into this feature here, which is script to video, and we copy it in, and then it's pretty much the same process. I won't do it, but we'd just proceed, and then we go through the same process, and out pops a video at the other end, basically, very similar.
Okay, can you go back to that other screen for Pictory just to give people a quick, just a 2-second intro of what each of those it was
at the top? Yeah, sure. So this is script to video.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one we just showed you with the article to video, or the blog post to video. This one here is if you want to edit a Zoom recording, or this webinar that we're doing now, if it's being recorded, we could upload it, and we could use this feature to chop it into little short videos and spit things out, and then use those short videos in our marketing. We can also just edit the video using text, and this is the key thing. I won't demonstrate it because I don't think we've got a lot of time based on what you're saying, but we can upload this webinar. It will transcribe it into text, and then all we need to do is edit the text, and the video will be edited. If you cut out all of the pauses and the filler words, all the ums and ahs, they'll automatically get taken out of the video. If you want to just chop sentences out and make shorter videos from those sentences, we can do that. And it just sort of kicks it out. This one here allows you to upload other visual assets, which you have on your hard drive, and string them together to make videos, and use them. This is kind of like a little mini editor, really. But the thing that is really useful for marketers, particularly surfer people, I'm guessing is probably going to be the blog to video, because most of the people that are using your product are using them to make blogs.
Indeed.
So stick your URL in, and out comes a video. And this one here, if you're producing video content, Zoom recordings, Teams recordings, webinar recordings, then you can spit those out into short videos and use that across social media, or again, do what we do and embed it in your blog as a case study, for instance, because that's probably what I'll do with this. Ultimately, use it as a case study.
Wonderful. So URL from your Surfer post that you're writing, and once you publish them, you can make a video out of them. And again, we saw the video happen in real time, so it's not something that's going to take you a very long time to do. No. If you can, I would leave it on the screen for a second, just in case anyone wants to screenshot this.
Okay, cool.
Because the other one, the one with like the salt and the hook and the.
This one here.
I think. Yeah, go back to that one. Yes.
Okay.
I find that really helpful to give people an idea. And again, this is from if you're taking it from your text, or is this from the video structure? This is from video structure only.
This is from the video structure. Yeah. I mean,
cool.
Yeah, this is the way to write a script that is in this value bomb structure. So we don't do that one.
Not that one.
That's the only one. And that's an example of it, really.
Okay. All right. So I am going to open this up for questions because we have lots of them. So you can submit your questions. I do want to let you all know that you will get a Surfer AI credit for hanging out with us today. If you have an active Surfer subscription, I will hold up something really beautiful that I made before this webinar for you to screenshot and send to our support team. And Pete also has something to share with you all. We will do that in just a few minutes, but I want to make sure that we have time to answer your questions. So please let me know in the comments if you have any. Yes, those are 11 lab voices. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. let us know, you guys. Let's get talkative. Oh, there's a delay. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can upload your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Is it supported only in English?
Yeah, I believe so at this stage, but we're adding more languages in.
Okay, so it's in the pipeline in theory.
I've got an error come on my screen, by the way. I don't know if you have, but
no, I see you and hear you
so
just fine.
I assume it's all right.
When will you support Spanish content is the question. I've also had someone requesting a Spanish webinar as well, like a voiceover in Spanish. You guys,
soon. I saw the product roadmap, and it's under the soon category.
Okay. Is 11 Labs a special subscription price?
Nope, it's included within the premium and the teams plan.
Okay. More questions, you all. Check this one as well. Can you remove the watermarks on the videos? I'm pretty sure those will disappear when.
They disappear when you download the video. Yeah.
Okay, Pete. They want to know: are you on LinkedIn? I'm on LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn, Pete?
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I should check it more than I do. But yes, I'm on LinkedIn. I think I'm Pete Bennett, but I couldn't be 100%.
You think
sure.
You're Pete Bennett? Oh, Pete is gone. That's a really funny thing. Okay, so one of the other questions was, while Pete comes back, is how can I upload a voiceover does not match with the slides? I was told that they will auto sync. So that is a feature that is built inside of Pictory.
I disappeared.
You disappeared, but you came back. You know what, Pete? It wasn't me this time. So I'll take it.
It keeps saying an error has recorded media. I'm going to close a couple of my windows. Maybe that's what's causing the trouble.
Okay, cool. We're in the final stretch anyway, so no worries.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Congratulations on speeding up the platform. It used to take a long time to produce videos, and they're much faster. Thanks for that.
We hired more elves.
More elves. Wonderful. Let's see if we have any more questions that I can share. Can it be uploaded to your own YouTube channel? Do you have to, do you download it, or can you upload directly to YouTube from Pictory?
At the moment you download it, they're working on an integration to kind of make it all happen together, I believe. They may even have done that by now. Honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay. Does Surfer have any automatic SEO features for the videos that are created? Well, if you're using Surfer to write the article, then it's already assumed that it's SEO optimized. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. Kasha, I believe that's who asked that question. Also, owning the content. I remember seeing a question about this earlier. Is the video yours? Does it belong to Pictory? How does this work exactly?
It's all yours once you've paid for your subscription and downloaded it.
Okay, cool. And Katie wants to know, is there a special price for Surfer customers?
No, of course there is. Hold this, watch this space. I think if my sharing's still going to work, I'm going to make a special offer in a few minutes, aren't I?
I think, Pete, someone asked how many soundtrack samples or effects are there available at Pictory. I think you mentioned lots of them, no? In terms of audio and all.
They keep adding stuff all the time. I know it's 10 million video clips.
10 million video clips, got it.
Loads of music. I mean, more music than you'll ever get a chance to listen to.
Okay.
I'll give you the exact numbers. I'll go onto the Pictory website. I don't know, they change it all the time.
Pictory is a great platform. It's been very helpful in our video production.
Oh,
that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Let's have a look. 10,000 music tracks if you're on the premium account, and 5,000 on the standard. So
someone asked a really good question. Someone asked, how can they make these videos more unique?
Well, you can upload your own content. So if you want to add your own branding, your own clips, your own intros, outros, whatever else you want to do, you can make it yours. But if you want to make them unique, then if you follow that script structure that I gave you, you'll be doing something which is different to 99.9% of the people on YouTube, which is why most of them fail, to be honest, or one reason why a lot of them fail.
Okay. So yes, you can add your own voice. Yes, you can upload your own videos. Yes, you can make it personalized. You absolutely can. All right. And does the music violate intellectual property rights?
Nope.
Okay, you're safe.
We have
Alvaro,
a
you're safe.
license with them. Yeah.
Okay.